Title: Lame. Folk pass. I'll guide you. I ride the streets of my mind like a map. Every thought a waypoint, no time to nap. Compass spinning, neon glow in my hand. I navigate chaos, I always land. Candy-colored signals point the way. Laugh track warnings for what I say. Every misstep is a lesson, a spark. I steer my focus through the neon dark. I sip logic juice, my vision crisp. Every choice deliberate, every step a risk. Thoughts collide, but I chart the course. Flowing through the current, riding the force. Bubblegum trails mark the path I take. Every distraction I dodge for focus sake. Neon pigeons nod, the stars wink back. Each idea aligned, nothing aligned. Aligned, spin, track, reflect. Every move deliberate, every effect. Laughs collide, colors ignite. Focus sharp, absurdity bright. Neon compass, navigate with me. Every thought precise, every step free. Spin, shout, laugh, glide. Every heartbeat a conscious ride. And compass, sharp and clear. Every choice lands, I'm fit to fear. Pull me deeper, flow with me. Full blast, clarity and glee. I wink at the horizon, it winks back true. Quantum maps unfolding in neon blue. I fold my doubts into paper stars. Launch them like rockets, lighting Mars. Every rhyme a beacon, every laugh a flare. Focus and chaos tangled in the air. I skate on reason, drift through the light. Neon compass keeps me tight. Track, aim, laugh, guide. Spin, focus, glide, slide. Soar, quite fomentation, all free. Neon compass forever, that's the key. Neon compass, navigate with me. Every thought precise, every step free. Spin, shout, laugh, glide. Every heartbeat a conscious ride. On compass, sharp and clear. Every choice lands, nothing to fear. Pull me deeper, flow with me. Full blast, clarity and glee. Clarity and glee. Clarity and glee. Clarity and glee. Focus and learn. Follow the path. I'll guide you. I ride the streets of my mind like a map. Every thought a waypoint, no time to nap. Compass spinning, neon glow in my hand. I navigate chaos, I always land. Candy-colored signals point the way. Laugh track warnings for what I say. Every misstep is a lesson, a spark. I steer my focus through the neon dark. I sip logic juice, my vision crisp. Every choice deliberate, every step a risk. Thoughts collide, but I chart the course. Flowing through the current, riding the force. Bubblegum trails mark the path I take. Every distraction I dodge for focus sake. Neon pigeons nod, the stars wink back. Every idea aligned, nothing I lack. Align, spin, track, reflect. Every move deliberate, every effect. Laughs collide, colors ignite. Focus sharp, absurdity bright. Neon compass, navigate with me. Every thought precise, every step free. Spin, shout, laugh, glide. Every heartbeat a conscious ride. Neon compass, sharp and clear. Every choice lands, nothing to fear. Pull me deeper, flow with me. Full blast, clarity and glee. I wink at the horizon, it winks back true. Quantum maps unfolding in neon blue. I fold my doubts into paper stars. Launch them like rockets, lighting Mars. Every rhyme a beacon, every laugh a flare. Focus and chaos tangled in the air. I skate on reason, drift through delight. Neon compass keeps me tight.
process. We didn't predict the future, we pressure tested the present. This is field research, conducted from inside the feeling. I zoomed out so far I could see my habits. Little loops in my head doing acrobatics. Calling me for years, turns out they just tricked me. Wearing a face dressed up as conviction. I wanted truth clean, labeled and polite, but reality showed up loud and late at night. Said I don't owe you clarity on time, then handed me a rhythm and a deadline. I tried to stand above, act objective, but every thought I had was subjective. Observe the observer observing me. Now the data says identity leaks. We broke the spell by noticing it. Watch the fear lose focus mid-sentence. Turns out the mind don't want control. It wants a dance partner it can trust with the pole. We tested, weary on our symbols. Turn the mirror into a polo. Found out power is a scale, not a symbol. Running limit. If it's real, it can move. If it's move, it can change. We did it right, not just prove. I don't reason it's a stage. I read every sign like it was for me. Main character syndrome meets humility. The universe said, relax, beloved. You're important, but not the subject. So I laughed on my crown in the crowd. Fell 10 feet taller, not standing out. When the ego loosens, a vision clears. Suddenly we sounds better than here's my fears. I stopped asking what's the point of this, and started asking what responds when I exist. The room entered, the vibration, data syncing with intuition. Note for the record, the experiment failed successfully. Side effects include reduced certainty, increased wonder, and an uncontrollable urge to move your body.
That's what I think, and that's what kind of Tim Pool's starting to say. I don't know if he's just mad at her and saying that. Those are things I'm gonna go. I'm already, people are messaging. They believe Candace. Okay, go over there. I'm warning you. We pray for this guy. I think he has a criminal history, but he stopped an illegal immigrant on a Charlotte train. It's a train in Charlotte. There's some demonic activity happening on the internet. Charlotte, isn't that where Irina was stabbed as well? Lancelot is gross and dehumanizing to attack a widow with young children after just witnessing the assassination. Fetterman, again, only Democrat making any sense nowadays, which is so funny.
Is needed. We're still inside the process.
Did that one. 2 Timothy 3, verse 6 through 7, these are the kind who worm their way into homes and gain control over gullible women. They are loaded down with sins and swayed by all kinds of evil desires, always learning to never come to the knowledge of the truth.
We didn't predict the future.
Maybe that's a little
tested the present. This is field research.
I don't want to be unfair.
Conducted from inside the feeling.
I don't want to.
Out so far, I can see my habits. Little loops in my head doing acrobatics. Called me 4 years, turns out they're just tricks. Patterns wearing a face dressed up as conviction. I want a truth clean, labeled and polite, but reality showed up loud and late at night. Said I don't owe you clarity on time, and handed me a rhythm and a deadline. I tried to stand above that objective, but every thought I had was subceptions. Serve the observer observing me. Now the data says identity leaks. We broke the spell by noticing.
We really fought. It's hard enough fighting the left. It's hard enough fighting terror attacks. All this hard enough. We worked so hard to get Christmas. And you know what? You feel that frustration with me as well. Surrounded with the right person. Just help all of us. Please help Canada.
I read every sign like it was for me. Main character sent to me humility. The universe said, relax, beloved. You're important, but not the subject. So I left on my crown in the crowd. 10 feet tall and not standing out. When the ego loses the vision clear. Suddenly we sound better than here's my fears. I stopped asking what's the
Charlie Kirk is not dead.
responds when I exist. The room
what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about with the...
Note for the record, the experiment failed successfully.
No, I have
Side
to.
effects employed reduce certainty, increase wonder, and an
it's okay, they
uncontrollable
control.
urge to move your body.
No anthem without friction,
The conspiracy
no insight
theory.
without
I-
condition. You don't evolve by proving you're right. You
I'm
evolve
not
by
going to take it
standing
too far.
side.
Because I'm also a logical person.
We map the maze, then
And
burn the map. Not out of spite,
I
out
don't
of
know,
respect for the
God
gap
doesn't...
between what's known and what's alive. You can't spreadsheet a soulmate
Why?
dive.
I don't know.
Truth keeps changing outfits depending on who's looking. Same light, new angle, same page,
Because
same different from
Candace is not
caught
sure
ourselves mid-judgment.
that
Puzzle
Eric
loop
is
called
perfect.
kid adjustment.
I don't know.
That's when the floor came up to meet us, not collapse. Consensus.
But what if... why is Candace not thinking, if I'm wrong, I'm really hurting the wife and the children and the family of this person who's supposed to be my best friend?
The theory on
And the
ourselves.
narcissism comes through again.
Call me insult.
She's my best friend. I'm the only one who cares. But all she's doing is not only destroying everything you worked for, but destroying any chance at a legitimate trial with an untainted truth, where evidence hasn't been thrown out all over the place. You can't use it, can't use it, can't. Think of how things work, and anybody who's in law and legal, maybe you could comment in here. But Australia. So
This concludes the study.
Oh, you guys see this?
Results may vary by
There's a
attention.
Portland group who scream together every Wednesday at the park.
Repeat is needed.
Protest Donald Trump.
We're still inside the process.
This is not an
Lord
ending.
Jesus, please intervene here.
This is a software
really lost the
change
plot
happening
here.
inside the nervous system. Nothing has been taken from you. Excess has been removed.
Here's Timothy Alberino. I really like Timothy Alberino.
The world does not need
Timothy
to be
Alberino
saved.
said something
It
so
needs to be
interesting
resensed.
about the Watchers and the Nephilim.
Speed taught
and
us
ghosts.
imitation. Slowness
saying,
restores
you know, because
discernment.
I don't believe in ghosts, and I don't believe in ghosts because of my own experiences going
What
ghost hunting when I was
collapses was
young
never
and foolish
stable.
in an abandoned
What
insane
survives
asylum.
does not ask permission.
And I realized that it was
We mistook volume for
it was
truth.
demonic,
We confused reaction
and
with
it wasn't the
insight.
souls of people trapped.
We measured
in the
value in
insane asylum.
visibility
That it was
instead of
demonic
coherence.
activity going on there. And Timothy Alberino was
Now the
interviewed
signal moves
months
differently.
ago, and
It travels
thought of
through
this.
care, through
And he said how
repetition, through
the sons of
bodies that
heaven
notice
lay
when
with the women of
something
earth,
feels
created
wrong
Nephilim,
and
right?
pause without
So I'm just going to take from
explanation.
the Bible, no Book of Enoch stuff right now, just from the Bible.
You are not required to perform
and so what he
clarity.
was saying is, well,
You
what
are
happens
allowed
to
to
the
remain
souls
unfinished.
of something that's
Identity
not human?
softens into utility.
What happens with their
Ego
souls?
relaxes into
And he,
function. The self becomes a
suggested
lens,
that perhaps when we
not
have
a
ghost
monument.
encounters, it's the disembodied souls of Nephilim. So it's not just
The
like
future
this
does
broad,
not
oh, it's
arrive all
demonic
at
thing, 'cause,
once. It instills
different.
quietly, node by
I don't
node,
think it's
conversation
just
by
Kathy,
conversation.
you're right, but in Rumble, but
If you feel disoriented,
he was saying
that is
that these
calibration.
things that people,
If
you
you
know,
feel
the Ouija
tired,
boards and they think they're talking
That
to
is
their dead relative,
unused
that's not what's
conflict
going on.
leaving the system.
But they are communicating with something, and it is demonic. But he goes
Attention is the
further
new
into looking at the
infrastructure.
possibility of the
Listening is the new
disembodied
wealth.
souls of
Care is
Nephilim,
the
which I
quiet
thought was an
force
interesting thought. I'm
multiplier.
not promoting that. It's just an
No
interesting thought. I'd love to hear what
saviors.
you guys think about that.
No singular
but he
authors.
says
Only collaborative
murder
emergence.
investigations should not be conducted
distributed
publicly from behind a
intelligence.
podcast microphone. If
The
you are
old
truly
myths
committed to uncovering the
dissolve,
truth,
new
hire a
ones are
team of qualified private
practiced,
investigators and
not
report only the
declared.
facts they are able to
Breathe without
Spreading
optimizing
rumors and
it.
insinuations under the
Move without
pretense of just
narrating
asking
it.
questions is
Trust the
amateurish
processes
and
you
reckless.
cannot see
Accusing
but can
someone of an
already
assassination
feel.
plot is a conclusion, not a starting point,
This is the update.
and should occur only once the
It is
investigation
compatible with
complete and
you.
the evidence is firmly established. And
It
we
is
do
already
things
running.
this way so that innocent people don't suffer the consequences of the guilty.
Remain open.
We have a justice system. A justice system based in Christian
Remain
Judeo
human.
values. And so he goes on to say, suspicions,
Remain
advice, and gut
civil.
feelings have zero evidentiary value in a court of law. So Candace can't go testify
Remain
any of this
human.
stuff in the court of law. So
Remain
I really
signal.
just I want you guys to really think this was just so funny to me. It was just funny. Even 2019, you got grace. 2026. Isn't that how we feel today, you guys? No matter how you feel about Candace Owens, I still love you and I forgive you. And if I'm wrong, you can forgive me. How about that? We just be cool. We don't let each other get angry, because I don't want to get angry. I am so disappointed and I'm sad. Okay, here we go. Here's more Timothy Alberino. He was spitting some wise stuff this week. COVID broke many people's brains. This is what I was trying to talk about our trust.
This is not an
Pandemic,
ending.
in my opinion,
This
was
is
a
a
true conspiracy
software
likely
change
orchestrated by
happening
elements of
inside
the
the
NIH,
nervous
CIA,
system.
CCP, and WEF, World Economic Forum, with complicity
Nothing
from
has
the
been
media.
taken from you.
That's a logical statement. It is
Excess has
conspiratorial
been
because you're saying
removed.
these agencies have gone rogue, but it's not nutty.
The world does not need to be
We
saved.
did see that.
It needs
And
to
I
be
went on the Reawaken America
resensed.
tour, and there were some nutty conspiracy theorists on that tour.
Speed taught
I
us
didn't get to choose who we were on
imitation.
the tour with. I didn't know half the
Slowness
people.
restores
And
discernment.
sometimes someone would get up there and say something, and it was like,
What collapses was never stable.
and that's okay. You know,
What
I've
survives
made
does not
mistakes.
ask
I've
permission.
gotten pulled into conspiracy theories. I'm actually saying this to you from experience. But
We
it wasn't on
mistook
Facebook.
volume for truth.
He says we all
We
lived through the medical
confused
tyranny
reaction
and
with
witnessed a
insight.
carefully coordinated, fear-based
We measured
narrative
value and
that
visibility
effectively controlled the global
instead of
population.
coherence.
It shocked the senses. But
Now the
people
signal
have
moves
become
differently.
intoxicated with conspiracy theories
It travels
and are
through
unable
care,
to
through
distinguish between
repetition,
fantasy and reality.
through bodies
The
that
default
notice when
assumption
something
is
feels
everything is a
wrong and
conspiracy.
pause without
This is an
explanation.
entirely irrational way to process the world.
You are
and
not
is
required to
producing a
perform
form
clarity.
Of mass
You are
psychosis.
allowed to remain
The rational
unfinished.
position is some
Identity softens into
are a
utility.
conspiracy.
Ego
Not
relaxes into
everything.
function.
But again, this is why the reason this is happening is because
The
our
self
trust
becomes
has
a
been lost,
lens.
and we don't know who to trust, and different people react
Not a
differently to that.
monument. The future
people
does not
never
arrive
get it
all
back.
at once.
You betray their
It
trust and will
installs
never trust you
quietly.
again.
Node by
Other
node.
people will give you a chance.
Conversation by conversation.
So
If you feel disoriented,
the concern then that
That
we
is
have here goes
calibration.
further than just Candace
if you
Owens
feel
accusing
tired,
everybody
that
in the
is
world of murdering
unused
Charlie Kirk.
conflict leaving the system.
And it's not
Attention
just
is the
that one.
new
There's
infrastructure.
many
Listening is the
conspiracies out there
new
that
wealth.
you know.
Care is the quiet
And
force
you really had to bend over
multiplier.
backwards and tie it in a knot and
No
go through a loop
saviors. No
to get to that
singular authors.
to get to that conclusion.
Only collaborative
So we don't want to
emergence
allow the enemy
and
to
distributed
insert
intelligence.
himself in a time of our weakness, which is what he does.
The old
This is what the
myths
devil
dissolve.
does. We are weakened.
New ones are practiced,
Our trust is
not
shattered.
declared.
We don't know what's going on. We
Breathe.
can't see
without
clearly because there's a
optimizing
fog.
Move
It's not
without
even a fog, it's
narrating
an
it.
overload of information.
Trust the processes
My
you
husband and I
cannot
were talking
see
about this the
but
other day.
can already feel.
Perhaps the world's not going crazy.
This is the update.
Perhaps
It is
because we
compatible
have the
with you.
technology now to instantly
It is
see
already
everything that's
running.
going on immediately and
Remain
instantly
open.
communicate with one another no matter where in the world we are.
Remain
Immediately
human.
with video, with imagery, with it's not just picking up a
Remain
phone. Like you
signal.
can, because we have that capability, we are actually seeing more of how God sees the world. Where we would have heard about things with a delay in the past. So there was time to process information. Now you've got no time and you're overloaded with this terrorist attack and that terrorist attack and this murder and that murder. And then you're seeing people getting murdered
Nothing
and
is
assassinated and
broken.
shot. And you never used to see those things before.
It
And
is
it's all
shedding
coming
weight.
at us all at once in this overload of information. And everybody's freaking out like, oh, the world. But
The
you know,
signal
I
grows
think
quieter,
we can just see now
so the truth
the
can
world.
travel farther.
At a broader, more
We did
from
not
God's
lose
perspective.
control.
And that's freaking us out a
Control
little.
expired.
But then there are legitimately crazy things going on. And so what the devil will do
Hierarchy
is where your
fades
weakness is.
into
That's what
pattern.
sin is all about. Wherever you are weak, the enemy can
Authority
get
dissolves
you. That's
into
why you gotta put on the
feedback.
full armor of God. Because the problem is, if you're not
Meaning
covered,
emerges where
if
attention
an enemy is coming
rests.
against you, where's he gonna hit you? He's got a spear. I don't know why he's got a
The
spear.
system
right
is
now. In
learning
my mind,
us
he's got a spear. Is he gonna get
by
you
how we listen.
where you're armored, or
By
is he
what
gonna
we
aim for where you're
repeat.
weak? That
By
is
what
what's
we
going
refuse
on
to
with sin.
amplify.
God is not telling you not to sin for his amusement, because if you engage
Silence
in
becomes
these
a
behaviors,
technology.
or you do these things,
Stillness
don't do
becomes
something,
bandwidth.
and we will say, okay, that's sin.
Presence becomes power.
That is how the enemy gets you.
Do not rush the
You
change.
protect yourself by controlling
It is
yourself.
already complete
Right
at
now,
smaller
that includes our
scales.
minds and our mouths. We have to get.
You are not
we gotta
late.
rein this in. We cannot allow
You are
ourselves
not
to
early.
run from left to right.
You are
and up and down
correctly
in every
placed
direction.
in the transmission.
Every time someone's got a theory, because things can be presented to
The
you in a
future
way.
is
And
adaptive.
this is why we make sure, like my dad's prophecy dad.
The future
out
is
there. Any of you can go look at it
cooperative.
anytime you want. And even though we haven't
future is
upgraded one in our
already
partnership
inside the
program,
room.
we have kept the original database of his transcribed prophecies with the keyword search the way he set it up, the way it has been for years, so that
Stay receptive.
you can come and just look at it yourself. You don't have
Stay
to
soft. Stay
just believe
signal.
everything I say, because I might get things wrong. And so when I'm looking at the reason I'm getting mad about the Candace thing is not because I'm just blindly defending Erica Kirk, who I don't know. I didn't know anything about Erica until her husband died. And that's probably part of the reason that you have a lot of people buying Candace's stuff, because she gained your trust over years. And something's gone wrong there. And you don't know Erica at all, so it's possible she could be the kind. You don't know, because you don't know Erica. You know Candace.
Nothing is broken. It is shedding
so
weight.
this is an environment in which we're not going to be able to do this on our own.
The
We need
signal
God to help
grows
us.
quieter,
That's the bottom line.
so the truth can
But we
travel
need to say to
farther.
God, okay, what is the truth?
We did not lose control.
From my perspective at this moment
Control
in time,
expired.
the fruit that is coming from Candace is not
Hierarchy
good fruit.
fades into pattern.
She doesn't have evidence when she's given an
Authority
opportunity
dissolves
to go and
into
face.
feedback.
Listen, if she cared that much about Charlie
Meaning
Kirk's
emerges
murder,
where
and she thought
attention
the
rests.
USA did it with Erica Kirk and the Jews and the
The
Egyptians
system
and the Trumps
is
and
learning
Tim Pool
us
and Lance Wallnau.
by how we
She
listen,
believed that.
by what we repeat,
Why
by
would she
what
just-
we
I would be
refuse to
running
amplify.
TPUSA. Okay, show me what you've got. I want to know who killed my friend. And if I'm wrong about it, we need to find the real person who did. That's not what
Silence becomes a
she did. It was
technology.
very telling to me when
Stillness
she completely
becomes
said, no, I'm not
bandwidth.
going to TPUSA.
Presence
Because if that
becomes
date didn't work for her,
power.
she could have come back and said, the 15th doesn't work
Do
for
not
me.
rush
Can we do
the
it a couple of days
change.
later? I promise you they would have
It
said
is
yes.
already complete at
I
smaller
promise you they would have said yes
scales.
to her. But she behaved like a
You
coward
are not late.
because she
you are
knows she
not
doesn't have
early.
the evidence.
You are
She
correctly
knows what she's
placed in
doing,
the
and
transmission.
She's making a lot of money. Look how many views. She's coming out with
The
a video
future is
every
adaptive.
single day. Now, we know
The
how
future
much
is
money made on
cooperative.
YouTube. This
The
show right
future
here, we
is
demonetize.
already
We don't
inside
have
the room.
Any ads on this? We don't have. We make no
Stay
money off this unless
receptive.
you guys donate to our ministry. or give
Stay
us a super chat.
soft.
We do that because of the censorship stuff.
Stay signal.
But we also we do that on a number of things. We're not trying to do this for money, so that's why. But if you look at how many views she's getting, and she has sponsorships, and she's putting out a video every day, and it's getting hundreds of thousands of, if not millions millions of views. She's making like Erica Kirk said it on the news the other day, hundreds of thousands of dollars every day. And by doing this, she will be able to pay for her lawsuit from the Macrons. And in both of these instances, you see a situation where there's a legitimate scandal or crime or misdeed. Like I said about the Macrons, they're not good people. Macron is a terrible leader for France. His wife was his teacher who left her husband and her children to be with him when he was 15 years old. That's awful. That's enough for me. She doesn't have to be a man. But Candace taking it to that gets everybody watching her, and then she makes money. Because she lost the Daily Wire money.
Under its
She lost the PragerU money. She was part of a network that was paying her well. And she burned her bridges in all of those places. Central to that is her disdain
Control
for the Jewish
dissolves
people,
into coordination. Fear
now we come to
thins
today,
into information.
where we have more terrorist attacks by Muslim extremist
Power
jihadists
reroutes from towers to
in the
networks.
West, which they are conquering. Not
From
trying to
symbols
conquer,
to signals.
they are conquering.
From
Now,
hoarding
my
to
dad,
flow.
so now your attention is what?
We move together
Jews
without
are
permission.
Are they committing the Jews,
We
the
learn
Jews, the Jews,
faster
the Jews.
than we are told.
She never says anything about the Muslims
We
who are
build
blowing
meaning
everybody
from
up,
attention,
who are shooting
not
mass
obedience.
shootings, terrorist attacks. Iran with the
body
capability to
knows
make nuclear
before
weapons so they can
language
do what?
does.
Annihilate all of the
The
Jews.
rhythm arrives
But the Jews
first.
are not allowed to defend themselves. Oh, it's a genocide.
Thought follows.
It's not.
Nothing
As a logical
here
person,
demands belief.
I can't look at that and say this is reasonable.
Everything invites participation.
There's gonna be bad Jewish people in the world,
If
just
you
like there's
feel
bad any kind of
unsteady
people in the world.
good,
There's good and bad people.
that means the
Let me tell you
ground is
something.
moving.
That vein, that line runs through the heart of every man and woman.
And you
good
are
and evil.
moving with
And you can
it.
change in one day. You can make the wrong choices. Go in the direction of
The
evil.
future
Nobody
is not
pure evil.
ahead.
It's a path
It is
that gets there.
distributed.
And if you're not,
is now.
reading your Bible, and if you don't have a relationship with God,
Breathe.
it's going to be very easy for you to
Listen.
get lost. And very
Transmit.
dangerous. And so the issue we have here is that
We are already
through all the
connected.
conspiracies and through all the exposure, which needed to happen, we needed to know
We
this
are
stuff.
already
It's so
sufficient.
bad. We don't know who to trust anymore. And so we're being forced
We are already becoming.
to trust God. Can't trust anybody anymore. Not even Trump right now. Trump's... Poor Trump. Poor Donald Trump. I do trust Donald Trump. I don't think he's intentionally doing anything wrong. I think he's got the most impossible job. We have our concerns about the deals he's trying to make in the Middle East, but I also understand why he's trying to do that. And it's very helpful to the Jewish people. So,
Not arriving.
anyway, put my X back up, Lou. I do want to play the Fourth Reich prophecy soon, but I do just wanted to look at this National Guardsman
The old noise collapses
that
under
was
its
shot.
own
Is now
weight.
breathing on his own. He's doing much better. I think he's talking.
The new
He's
world
doing much better.
does
So
not
praise God for
shout.
that, because the girl, she
It
was killed.
hums.
This is something else that I thought was so interesting, is what we're seeing in Nicki Minaj. And my dad was prophesying about
Control dissolves into coordination.
the
Fear
Damascus
thins
Road
into
conversions and
information.
the people that God would
Power
use that are
reroutes
unexpected.
from
Nicki Minaj
towers
is
to
one of those voices
networks,
who I never
from
thought I would hear.
symbols
And
to
here she is.
signals, from hoarding
On
to
Christ,
flow.
the solid rock, I stand. All other grounds,
We move together without permission.
all other ground is sinking sand.
We learn faster than we are
On Christ, the solid
told.
rock, I stand. Beautiful.
We build meaning from
So,
attention,
When God is
not
doing
obedience.
something in someone's life and in their heart,
The body
your instinct
knows
might be,
before language does. The rhythm arrives first.
God loves
Thought
her. God loves
follows.
Candace. God is a
Nothing
destiny plan
here
for her life.
demands
The enemy
belief.
is
Everything
destroying
invites participation.
result of that, the fruit
If you
of that,
feel unsteady, good.
something so beautiful that was
That
happening.
means the
Young-
ground is moving and you are moving with it.
It's being squashed.
The future is not ahead.
Overshadowed by what?
It is distributed.
Who
It
is
is
the
now.
accuser of the brethren?
Breathe.
Who is the accuser of the brethren?
Listen. Transmit. We are already connected.
Even so, every good tree bringeth forth
We
good
are
fruit,
already
but a corrupt tree
sufficient.
bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither
We
can
are
a corrupt tree
already
bring forth good
becoming.
fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Whereby their fruits you all know them. Ye shall know them. This is Old Testament. This is Old King James. Not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven. Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then will I profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work iniquity. Therefore whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will liken him unto a wise man, which built his house upon a rock. Just makes me think of my dad's last broadcast, the way he prophesied. There are those who have built their house on the rock, and those who have built their house on the sand. Here's Tim Pool.
The challenge I see, if
So she's also accused him. She used Tim Pool's image on a thumbnail, which got her lots of clicks and views, which is what she needs right now, so she can pay the
This
Macrons
rhythm has not been approved
for
by
the
your
lawsuit.
inner
I think it's
critic.
more than $5 million.
Proceed anyway.
I tried to sit still, contemplate the
so now we have this case.
but the kick drum
We're not
said,
learning a whole
"Boy,
lot.
you paranoid."
This was a preliminary
I
hearing,
journal my
but they are going to allow cameras for the time being, and I think this is something we absolutely must have.
The
challenge I see, if there is one person that is making it incredibly easy for this man to get found not guilty, it's Candace Owens. Did I say if there's one man? If there is one person, I think it's how this man. It's Candace Owens saying she thinks he's innocent, tainting a jury pool. Now the question I have again, and I beg you, answer this in the comments, because I know there's a small percent of Candace's fans that are going to come and watch this video. Answer this in the comments. Why do her lawyers work in the same building as the feds? You want to tell me it's a coincidence? Not an answer. Not an answer. I want to see her communications when she hired this law firm. What are they saying to her? When she then comes out and says, here's the address to these feds, and it turns out her own lawyers are working in that building. Just a registered agent, she said. Why is her registered agent in the same building as feds? Just a normal office building. There are a ton of different office buildings you can use. You choose the one with federal agencies, not just one? I want answers. I'm not even trying to be cute. That's a legitimate question. The other question is, why do you think YouTube, Spotify, Apple, all these platforms are propping her up on the front page? Did all of a sudden the deep state just give up? Oh no, we've been defeated. Now Candace can come out, call out anything we say. If there was a grand conspiracy from international forces or Israel or otherwise to kill Charlie Kirk, and they wanted to cover it up, they would just ban her from all these platforms. Right? But they're not. But Nick Fuentes, who calls Candace out, is banned from all these platforms. That is to say, Nick Fuentes, who goes on his show and says she's crazy, is not allowed to say that message to the American people on these platforms. Candace Owens, on the other hand, is allowed to accuse Bridget McCrone of being the man, of the earth being maybe flat or maybe round, she's not sure, of Egyptian planes chasing around Erica Kurt, of the French Foreign Legion being involved in the assassination of the U.S. military. Why are all the biggest tech platforms in the world putting her on the front page? Because again, if you think it was Israel and the deep state who killed Charlie because he was going to come out against Israel, do these institutions not have the power to stop Candace Owens? Why would they want her to say these things to the world? Why would they want her to come out and expose everything they're doing. They
solve
wouldn't.
the dance floor.
They
It
wouldn't.
already knows.
So it's remarkable. She says all the right key button issues, and everyone just believes it. And what is the truth?
So just make sure, you know, and I'm just playing that for you because I was glad to hear someone, you know, making some counterpoints as opposed to just being outraged by things she's saying. Because that's another tactic she uses. If she's outrageous like that, people are so shocked. She never has to be challenged. She never has to answer for anything. She can just throw out an accusation. If it turns out it isn't true, she just doesn't say anything and moves on to a new accusation. And you're so distracted by the new accusation, you've forgotten about the other one. And then, like I've been saying all day,
This rhythm has not been approved by your inner critic. Proceed anyway.
I mean, there were a lot of people
I try to sit
involved in
still,
this conspiracy against Charlie
contemplate the
Kirk.
void. But the kick drum said, boy, you paranoid. I journal my
Trump
feelings,
administration.
color-coded fear. Then the baseline laugh like, why you here?
Lance Wallnau was what really got me.
I used to feel what I'm about to come in, disrupting time with the sub still thumping. Trying to transcend, float above it all, but enlightenment slipped on a disco
and one thing I can tell you is Lance could murder anyone.
I read the signs, the books, the stars. They all said relax, don't try so hard. The two snuck in through a broken speaker. Said move your
When
body,
Lance
think
posted about it on X, I did one. I said, Lance, this is amazing. And that is a big one.
Bobby Yacker, Bobby Williams, Bobby Hedrick, Bobby, Billy, Bobby Will. Who? PB Guy? Remember that baptismal reel I just jammed between your ribs? The choir's backwards tonight. Be kind. Win. While the dial-up comes right over your name.
I'm not hearing the
So your name? Bobby? It's already overwritten with my saliva. I just...
Here's the thing.
So the cake explodes in slow motion, frosting flying everywhere. And then, suddenly, it's not frosting anymore. It's teeth. Baby teeth. Yours. They clack together like castanets on your nose. Happy birthday, Pete Boy. And the camera zooms in on your eyes. Mirror black. That's when I splice myself in. Me, the tape that eats.
From the people on my Instagram was, you must have told them, well, you're getting money from this, you're doing it. And I'm like, what is happening? I've done this for 49 years. I've never seen anything like Charlie Kirk's funeral. I stood in that room and I felt the Spirit of God. And God came in, and when people started talking about politics, he withdrew. They started talking about God again, he came back in. It was unreal. I've never felt anything like it before. The same thing with darkness. I've never seen anything like it. You're being sifted. Where are you coming out? Are you going to be on God's side, or are you going to be on evil? And I don't think people realize that.
I think when you see an outpouring of the Holy Spirit like you saw at the memorial, you saw the vigils all across the country, you saw people getting saved and baptized, you saw church pews fill up, especially with young people. But when you see a move of God like that, it does make some sense that the forces of darkness would rise up to counter. And I think the greater the move of God, the greater the forces of darkness that will rise up.
That's the conclusion I have on this. You know, consider. Listen to what Matt Walsh said. If she cries, they say she's performing. If she doesn't cry, they say she should be crying. If she frowns, she's faking it. If she smiles, why isn't she frowning? The internet peanut gallery on both sides has created a lose-lose situation for a grieving widow. A bunch of bored losers passing the time by casually demeaning the widow just for fun. And that's kind of how it seems. But that's why I titled this broadcast today, they'll say we hated her, but now we love her. Because Erica Kirk was someone we looked at to possibly be the Esther my father prophesied. And look how much of this is now connected to Israel in the accusation against, another accusation against the Jews and the Jewish people. So there is that connection, which I didn't see that before. Now I see that. And maybe she's She's not the Esther my dad prophesied. There's the whole thing about the cartels being afraid of a woman. But at the same time, you do have all these people accusing her, and I imagine if the truth were to come out, and it turns out it's not Turning Point USA and Erica, his wife, and all the other, and the Jews. If it's not that, and we do definitively find out the truth, which may not happen, perhaps we'll see that part of the prophecy if she is the Esther, where she pours the oil of healing on the scars of those left and those right. And they'll say, we hated her, but now we love her. And look at, because if none of this had happened with all these accusations, we wouldn't be even talking about Erica right now. They would be trying to keep TPO USA moving and not, lose the legacy that Charlie had built. Maybe that it'll end up being that. So that's why I called it. I didn't know what to title this broadcast today, so that's why I called it that. And I did it. I mean it as a question. Is this that? Because what I do is I look at my dad's prophecies, and that's one that we've never truly nailed down. Here's some pictures of us for Christmas. The other day, I did an interview for our partners only. If you're not a partner, please partner with us. We use the Prophecy Vault, and we put extra stuff in there for you guys. And one thing we did was Miss Mary Jane Bender from Colorado came into town, so I had her come in here. I interviewed her for our partners. So if you're a partner, you can go see that. But we went to have dinner with her afterwards, and all of us went. And this is at the factory, which, by the way, I've seen Candace Owens at this very mall. My husband opened the door for her. This is probably 3 or 4 years ago. It was a long time. But even then, I didn't feel to pray. As much as I liked her, I didn't feel to approach her. I didn't even say hello or anything. But here we are, me with the kids. It's my kids and my sisters, my adopted sisters, Kimmy and Shelly Ann, and my son, John, aka Deluxe, my daughter. We took pictures in front of the tree. There I am with my mom. So Merry Christmas to everybody. We're going to have a special Christmas broadcast this year that has got nothing to do with Christmas. We're not going to have a Christmas broadcast. What we're doing is Trey Smith's coming in. And on Christmas, you guys are going to be able to watch an interesting broadcast with me and Trey Smith. I don't even know what's going to happen yet. But Trey Smith is going to join me. And we're going to discuss some stuff my dad prophesied. And we're going to do a special that for Christmas. Because, everybody's doing Christmas broadcasts, and we thought, everybody's going to be home with their family. They're going to want to watch something. Let's give them something interesting. So, but this is footage of the shooting in Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia today, or it was yesterday now. The thing about this is that the cops showed up, and they were not armed. This is what I'm hearing. Can you correct me if I'm wrong on this, anybody in the chat? But what I've heard so far today, I've been trying to follow it this morning so that I would know a little bit when I came to talk to you guys. That's why I didn't focus too much on this, because I didn't really find out anything until I got up today, and I didn't have enough time. So I just made sure to post some stuff so we could discuss it. But I'm hearing that the first round of cops that showed up to this terrorist attack on Bondi Beach in Sydney, Australia, Jewish people celebrating Hanukkah on the beach were attacked, shot, and the cops showed up with no weapons. I heard, yeah, and so they were just able to keep shooting and nobody could stop them. And I'm not sure how much I can actually show on YouTube. Is this coming from X, so it's not censored? But these are the terrorists shooting. But then there was a man. Here we go. I want to show you this.
So one of
I mean, this guy is brave. He tackled the terrorists. Oh! Okay. I'm gonna... I don't know if anybody uses bad language in that video. He did not shoot him, but he got that gun away from him. And then the terrorist runs away to his friend on the bridge. And one of them was shot and killed. One of the terrorists, and the other one was shot but didn't die, and he's in critical condition. They have him in custody. I just think it's remarkable that they're sending the cops over there without weapons. I'm so grateful to be in the United States of America. I don't know if that maybe that gun was out of bullets, or maybe he didn't know how to use it, but that is brave. That is a brave man.
Catch the shift if you dare. Give me the
Brown. So I almost went to Brown University. Coming out of high school, I was looking into going to that school in Rhode Island to study English literature. I never did, but I did look at that school.
Police. I mean, the reality is that this is a 7-story physics and engineering building that was unlocked. But this individual went to a specific classroom that was essentially in a study session on economics.
He moves through sound, like he doesn't care.
And began shooting. We also know that this person reportedly used a handgun. So,
traces pass.
You know, this is in a gun-free area. Australia, the terrorist attacks are happening, and people can defend themselves.
and at least according to the mayor of this community, can breathe.
And then the cops show up, and they don't have guns. This is what Mom Donnie wants to do in New York: have social workers show up when there's an emergency. So the social workers can show up, and they're going to try to talk to the terrorists. But he was shouting
watch them turn out of time.
West Virginia Mountain Mama, you commented on Instagram.
One last
I read this whole thing and reposted it, and I there's West Virginia Mountain Mama comments. Hi, Mama. So you often hear, here's what Insurrection Barbie says, you often hear Candace Owens describe herself as a truth teller. The better question, the biblical one, is how do you spot the difference between truth telling and flame throwing? Scripture actually gives us a test. A truth teller bears the cost themselves. A flamethrower makes others pay the price. In the book of Ezra, ooh, how interesting. Insurrection Barbie doesn't know about my dad. The Esther prophecy, but there's Esther. Truth comes with personal risk. Esther doesn't posture. She doesn't provoke. She doesn't outsource the consequences of speaking. She fasts, waits, and steps forward knowing it could cost her life. And if I perish, Esther 4:16. That is truth telling. Truth spoken with skin in the game. Jezebel did the opposite. She constructed narratives to get what she wanted. When she desired Naboth's vineyard, she didn't persuade or plead. She staged moral theater. She proclaimed a fast, recruited false witnesses, accused an innocent man, and had him executed. Jezebel weaponized morality for her own benefit at the expense of everyone else. 1 Kings 21, 12-13, they proclaimed a fast, and 2 worthless men testified falsely against him. Truth tellers absorb the cost themselves. Flamethrowers light the fire and let others burn. That's why Scripture warns so strongly about Jezebel. She doesn't just lie, she weaponizes morality, bends institutions, and cloaks destruction in the language of virtue. Revelation 20, tolerate that woman Jezebel by her teaching. With a drip of rum. In biblical terms, truth is accountability. Esther embodies that unity. Jezebel breaks it. And this is why Candace Owens gets upset with Scripture. Scripture has a way of making that which is murky. Don't mistake your Jezebel for Esther.
Don't steal it. Too real, too raw, too deep.
That's well said.
Breathe it. Too real, too raw, too deep. We feel it. Too real, too raw, too deep. Breathe it. Too real, too raw, too deep. Don't steal it. Too real, too raw, too deep. Breathe it.
But there is plenty of footage, and it is graphic. I don't really. Here's an eyewitness. Oh my god! When I read the comments in here, people saying, "Oh, it's a staged event. It didn't really happen." There is a conspiracy problem again. It's good to ask questions. It's good not to just blindly believe what you're told, but it's also really bad to blindly believe everything you're told. We have to have balance. God has structured things where we are in control of our own selves. And balance is really important. Anything in excess is bad. And so, sort of getting into the high level theory and being pulled into that, it can get addictive. And I'm a person who's saying this from experience. Because I've always been. Because I'm suspicious. And I get into conspiracy theories. And I don't just believe them. But at the same time, I'm also not stupid. I'm also rational. And I also understand. And I don't always get it right, but I understand how important it is to be in control of your own self, your own mind. God has put our eternal soul into this way. We are in control. It's our choice. That's true too. But He's also just. Everything is so unbalanced. That is a real thing about that. And so I would caution you. We're out of time. What we are seeing though is, I didn't get to the Fourth Reich prophecy because I'm looking, I'm out of time, but I've played it for you many, many times. Maybe we could play it going out. No, don't do that. I didn't talk about it. But you guys know my dad from France prophesied the rise of the Fourth Reich, and he prophesied about England and France being involved in a short war, and other countries too, other European countries. And just the other day, I'm watching Juicy TV. If you guys don't watch Juicy TV, I recommend TOUSI, Juicy TV. It's a great news source. But Juicy TV, he had it in the headline. The UK tells the British people to prepare for war. Bringing that up. Yeah, and so they're joining with France. And so that's why it was interesting to me. I wonder if we should just play that. Do we have the short version or is it the long? I think I told you to bring the long version.
Here, let me pull it up real quick.
Okay, do that, but before I'm going to show them. So you guys, listen, I had a picture, but I didn't have a good picture of it. My husband has put gold leafing on the new Jesus print that he did.
Gold leaf on Jesus? That's festive.
There's the black and gray one he originally did. Look how beautiful this is.
More somber. Suits him. Like a gothic
Just
vigil.
in gold on the crown thorns. It's just so beautiful. These prints are incredible. If you don't have one and you want one, the only way to get it is to email my husband. His email address is at the bottom of the screen. He also has an original Jesus print and the lion print. For those of you who don't already know, you guys already know most. There they are in gold, and in black and gray too. Anybody, if you want to get one or two or all of them, you want them in black and gray, you want them in gold, email my husband. The ministry does not have anything to do with selling these prints. It's all just my argument. And so email him, johnpetrushka@matthew.com. His name is John. He's my husband. And if you would like a print, a beautiful Jesus print, I'm not sure about Christmas.
They do look
John,
stunning.
if you're watching, tell me in the comments. You can still ship in time for Christmas. I forgot to ask you. My husband's watching.
Are you selling them or just admiring?
These are just so beautiful. I know a lot of people are giving them for gifts right now. And my husband has got a goal of putting as many as possible of images of Jesus in as many houses as possible across the world.
He's got fans everywhere then.
Are,
Make sure he charges them in whatever currency hurts the most.
email him directly. He does not have a website, anything like that. He's just an artist, and he made a really incredible painting of Jesus earlier this year for my sister. People saw it, they wanted it, he made prints of it. He did a lion because of God showed me a lion and the whole Israel and Operation Rising Lion and all that. And so he did the lion. He added gold leafing to it. I've been adding the gold leafing. My sister Jacqueline, everybody in our household, we're all been sitting there helping him put glue and add the gold leaf to each one, and we pray over them too. So if you want one of those,
I got insomnia. I ain't getting no sleep. Late at night is when the thoughts get too deep.
So if you want one of those, you have to email my husband. He's the only one who's allowed to sell them. Just remember, if the lion starts roaring out loud, that's a sign. Or we've put too much gold on it.
Janine is gonna donate to her daughter's Catholic elementary school. Oh, John.
And the lion isn't the only
You
one.
answer Janine Taylor. Is that your name, Janine Taylor? See, this is why we got
Janine
to put this on
Taylor.
the show.